Hey, welcome everybody to the Great Debate Community channel. This is Steve. Yeah, Steve McRae. Not my main channel, but I'm going to host this particular hangout. A lot of people have been asking for it. There's some people on my last hangout on the live feed that wanted to ask some Q&As. One of them, I think Martin here, wanted to have some Q&A on Gnosticism and atheism. Everybody's favorite subject. Probably not. I know it's been talked to death, but you know what? It's one of those things that just is a gift that keeps on giving. It's like any other topic. So I figure if people want to ask me Q&As, who am I to say no, right? So if I can, I will, and I'm happy to do so because this is something that I feel I'm passionate about, but people still get confused on it. So Martin is in here. He's relatively new to the Great Debate community, but so far he seems to be an awesome addition. He was in my last hangout talking about Max Kolbe and deflating atheism, and he had an awful lot to add. And then we have this other reject in here, Nicola. No, just kidding. He Nicola, aka the doctor, who will be going on a run of some kind. So he'll be joining us soon.
Yeah, he thought that, now that you and I both had something alcoholic, he needed to go grab some himself.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is not rum and coke night, but we are drinking. I've got cheap wine here in a cheap styrofoam cup. This is the high grade, and I think Martin, you've got some really cheap beer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, this is cheap ass, whatever.
So this is really cheap alcohol tonight, and we're just going to be talking about atheism and agnosticism and some of the differences and why people still can't seem to understand my position for some strange reason. But that's okay. I don't mind explaining.
Actually, that was the big thing is because that's something that you and we touched on a little bit prior to the previous feed. But looking at it now and going, okay, this is time to actually get down to the nitty gritty and see where things stand.
Well, I mean, just do it free form. Ask your questions, and I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Some people have said, that when it comes to this stuff, Steve dodges questions, which I find is kind of strange because anybody who's ever followed my personal channel, everybody's got their camera on, so I guess we're all just like chilled men, having alcohols on a Monday night. Or Sunday night, I guess it's Sunday. Well, yeah, still Sunday.
It's still Sunday for 58 minutes.
Yeah, almost Monday. Me, well, he's in Croatia, so it's Monday to him, isn't it?
Yep.
Barney?
Oh, there's Barney.
Barney, isn't it Monday?
Yep. It's 5 a.m. Monday morning.
Are you okay? Wait, have you not gone to sleep yet, or are you just waking up?
I have not gone to sleep yet. I'll be off in about an hour to get my kids off to school and kindergarten, and then I'll be back.
All right. Sounds good to me. Hey, you got Look a Pig. All right. So as Lucifer Almighty says in the live chat, this is my understanding as well. He says, how don't people understand that agnosticism is a belief claim? I don't know. I think we've discussed it so many times, and they still don't understand that. They keep on relating agnosticism to knowledge, because this is what they've heard, right? They hear this all the time. Agnostic is knowledge, not, is the opposite of Gnostic, which it's not. Gnosticism is a mystical belief that used to be existing in about the 2nd century. And agnosticism is not the opposite of Gnosticism. But if somebody wants to use those terms as modifiers, I'm okay with that. Whatever. It depends on how they use it. But yeah, agnosticism is a belief claim, right? It's a belief position. And I don't know how people don't get that. But anyways, ask your questions, Martin, and I'm going to...
Okay, well...
we get drunk and...
Dive right in. You go to agnosticism, comes from the Greek root a, meaning no, and theos, or gnosis, meaning knowledge. Sorry, wrong topic. We'll get to that one. But
no, that's the Greek, yes.
No knowledge.
Yeah. But again,
you go back to that.
We don't use words like that just because that's the Greek derivative. That's an etymological fallacy in some ways, because the word Gnosticism has a specific meaning. A Gnostic was somebody who followed Gnosticism, right? Now, it does mean belief. I think it meant hidden belief, or what's the term they actually use? It's mystical belief or hidden belief or some kind of supernatural belief, but
mystery belief. I believe
mystery, whatever, something along those lines. And that's fine. And people want to use them as modifiers for, okay, I'm agnostic theist. Okay, I get what they mean by that. Sure, it means that you believe that God exists, and you also put it as a knowledge claim. I can understand what that means, right? But I don't understand things like agnostic atheism when it comes to like soft atheism. It makes no sense to me because it's nonsensical.
Well, I think that a lot of times I mean, you and I, because I describe myself as an agnostic atheist. I don't see the evidence, therefore I don't believe that there's a God, kind of thing. But you equated it with soft atheism.
Well, here, hang on one sec. I forgot to do something real quick. Hey, Jamaican, how are you? Do I know you? It's okay. You're welcome to join. Let's introduce yourself. Jamaican? Oh, guess not. Okay, well, one sec here.
So are you guys saying that we do not use Greek in modern day America?
No, well, nobody speaks Greek, but I got it.
Yeah, we don't use the Greek terms for agnostic.
Well, no,
Like
the words mean different things. I mean, the word agnostic is a specific position. The word Gnosticism is a specific thing. I mean, these again, he uses the phrase agnostic atheism, but as I've explained, if you don't even have a position, a doxastic position, you're not making any belief claim. Why would you then modify it by saying, "Well, I'm also not claiming it as knowledge"? Let's take it from the hard atheist approach. Let's take it from somebody who actually says, "I believe God does not exist." Right? What's the difference between that position and somebody who says agnostic atheism? They're saying the exact same thing, because atheism in and of itself is only making a doxastic claim. There's nothing to be modified. So if I said to you, and again, hard atheism in this context, I'm an atheist, or I'm an agnostic atheist, what's the difference?
The difference is you fully believe that there is no God.
But they're exactly the same thing. Both of them are stating the exact same position. The hard atheist says, I believe in God, but I'm not making a knowledge claim. And the agnostic atheist says, I believe in God, but I'm not making a knowledge claim. They're exactly the same thing. It's superfluous. It's redundant. It means literally the same thing. Now, it's not nonsensical because it makes sense, but it doesn't change anything. There's no modification being done. Soft atheism, it makes no sense. This is why Matt Dillahunty was talking to Anthony Magnabosco, saying that, yeah, it's a nonsensical position, because if you do not even have a belief position, how can you then make it knowledge, modify it with a knowledge thing? You wouldn't. It's not. You have to at least believe something before you make a knowledge claim, because knowledge is a subset of belief. So to say that you're a soft atheist, you just lack a belief. You're not asserting God does not exist, and then you want to call it agnostic atheism, makes absolutely no sense, right? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that explains it a little bit more clearer.
And I think everybody in here agrees with that. Am I not mistaken? I know Nicola does. Barney, I think you do as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like something that I'm just picking up, right?
Se.
This is kind of the way it is out there. I mean, I'm just an advocate of it, but this is nothing new that,
Well, this is the first time that I'm being exposed to it, and to a lot of times we end up in an echo chamber. Sometimes of our own making, sometimes by accident, sometimes by this, sometimes by that. But a lot of times when you're in the atheist community and you're debating atheism with theists, and you're like going through and going, oh, I just lack belief in this. Well, that's still enough. If you're saying that you lack belief because of a lack of knowledge or a lack of evidence, then that's making a knowledge claim, isn't it?
No, well, no, because the knowledge is the lack of knowledge, you want to call it, is the justification for it. It's the epistemic justification why a person has that position, right? But if I just say I'm agnostic, I'm not making any knowledge claim. I'm making a claim that I don't have an ability to say one way or the other. I believe that I can't do it. That's my belief. I cannot answer the question properly, right? And so that's the belief claim. It's not the fact that I'm making any kind of knowledge claim. What knowledge claim am I making by saying I can't address the proposition? I can't say whether let's use the proposition theism and proposition atheism. And yes, I know they're not well formed formulas. I understand you have to have like a statement of proposition. But if I say atheism is true, theism is true, all that I'm saying is that God exists, God does not exist is a proposition, right? Okay. So if I don't know, if I can't say theism is true or atheism is true, and I take we just got sniped, I think. Yeah, that's okay. I'm on my other account, so we're just gonna have to like start over, which is fine. I have to like I saw that one coming. It's cool. It takes me 30 seconds. Let me just transfer over accounts here because you know, let's see here. Yeah. So give me 30 seconds here. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to start another account, another hangout. We'll just fix it. It's not a big deal. The problem was I was on 2 different accounts, so we'll fix that. So guys, hang tight, and we'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, thanks.